This week on AYL TV, Scott Phillips is showing us all the awesome vehicles at the 2025 Salt Lake Autorama. Then the AYL crew is heading up to Wyoming to check out extreme snowmobile climbing. And finally, we're all getting together with the off-road community to spend the day on Capitol Hill to help keep our public lands public.
Holy cow, this Ford Coupe is incredible. Hey, I'm Scott Phillips with AYL TV. We're here at the Salt Lake Autorama. This is their 50th anniversary, and this is just such a great show. It gets bigger and better every year.
The coolest thing about Salt Lake Autorama this year is it's our 50th anniversary. So you're going to see everything under the sun that you could possibly find automotive that's in this building. So anything on wheels, anything with engines, no engines, bicycles, motorcycles, cars, big trucks, everything that you could ever possibly imagine somebody's idea of cool to be in the automotive world is right here this weekend. Some of the coolest things that we have going on for this year is we obviously have the Mega Morph, which I'm sure you'll have a chance to partake in that really cool show that's going to be happening. We also have a couple of wrestlers that are going to be with us this year as well, signing. But honestly, every single piece of automotive history that's in this building changes over every single year. So they're not the same things that you're going to see year after year. It's always changing.
I'm an airbrush artist for Art Smash Studio. I've been airbrushing about 20 years. Most of what I've done is custom motorcycles, but here at Autorama we get to paint a little bit of live stuff. And today we're working on a Gremlins painting, just having some fun. And we're even showing some people over here how to airbrush. We got a few extra setups, and yeah, just having a good time at Autorama. Yeah, because the ladies love Gremlins. It's like their favorite movie, right? Like best date night movie ever.
Yeah, the show here is the biggest show that Utah really has, and it has best quality cars. They put on a great show, and it's great to have it be the 50th this year. So that's super exciting for the state, and that we're able to have such great cars here in the state.
Unfortunately, our industry is kind of a dying art, and so it's really important that the senior craftsmen pass along the trade to the junior craftsmen and have somebody that can come up in their shoes and continue this tradition. Salt Lake Autorama has one of the largest student days in the United States, which we're really, really proud of to be able to get the next generation involved in our industry. This morning we saw about 350 students that came from all over the region, as far north as Montana and Wyoming, as far south as southern Utah. So we really reach a broad range of automotive inclined students to be here with us at the show.
And that is you know, it's really fun to, you know, meet different people, different builders, see different cars, if you will, because you see, you know, from all sorts of different levels of cars. And then you meet all the people and the stories, and that's kind of the fun part of it.
I love the show. You know, a lot of pretty cool cars, a lot of classics, a lot of race cars. It just comes together as a perfect environment.
50th year, it is fantastic. They've got some great stuff here, especially the Ed Roth tributes here. That's really cool to see. I think this is my 15th year with Autorama, so just even seeing it in 15 years is amazing, let alone 50.
Hey, no matter where you look in this show, you see some serious horsepower. We've got a land rocket right here. You guys check out the snow rockets.
If there's an activity you enjoy, odds are someone's made it into a competition. Enter the Rocky Mountain States Hill Climb Association, commonly known as RIMSHA. It's the only sanctioned hill climb organization in the United States. And with a dozen events across the Mountain West, it's a place for people to test their skills and push their machines, both amateurs and professionals alike.
This is my second year. We are here to race Acton, Wyoming in the Pro Women's class. I've been snowmobiling since I was born. I learned strapped to my parents, and then I got my own sled when I was 8.
This is my first time coming to them, but I've watched hours of it on YouTube. I love watching the guys that are going fast. It's exciting for me to see how fast they're going up terrain like that. So it's exciting to watch how talented these guys are.
Oh, we're out mountain riding this week. Been out here all week. Great snow. Found some nice areas to enjoy. Oh, it's the action. You get to see these sleds going. People you see on TV, on YouTube videos, and get to see them in real life running.
I've probably been riding since I was like 11. I started racing, I think, 4 years ago. Yeah, I'd definitely say being out here and racing because that's so fun, but also just the people because everybody's so kind out here.
Hill climbs have 2 separate lanes, one for the pro class and a less technical lane for the semi-pros. Racers must get through the gates, and if they go off course or crash, then the officials call it as a high mark. The fastest time to the finish, or the best high mark, is the winner. And like any kind of race, one of the biggest hurdles are the track conditions.
Definitely this incline of the hill, and then also like all the ruts and the rocks and the trees. It's very challenging when there's not a lot of snow and you're down to the very
Stumps.
Don't forget you.
So I know how hard it is to ride good snow, and they're riding horrible snow.
I would try my best and let my son pull me out.
Through the years, snowmobiles have undergone considerable changes and improvements, including turbocharged engines, electronic fuel injection, and advanced suspension systems. Different classes in the competition allow for stock machines or machines with minor improvements, but the modified class distinction allows for more robust and experimental concepts, allowing competitors to try new designs and components. It serves as a place for research and development. But in the end, it's all about having fun.
I really love the adrenaline that the hill brings and like all the fun crashes and just getting to recover and the challenge of the hill that it brings.
Welcome back to AYL TV. I'm Scott Phillips, and this is Mike Crowley with the Camaro Club of Utah.
Yep.
And we're here at the Autorama checking out their booth. It is super cool. Every vehicle here has been made in Utah.
So this is the 50th anniversary of Autorama here in Utah. What we wanted to do is honor local builders and owner builders. So we decided in our club section, we wanted to make all of the cars that are on display here cars that were built here in Utah or owner builder or by company builder. So we thought it was really important to focus and highlight on going local. You know, we've got some of the best builders in the state, in the United States, here in the state of Utah.
The local stuff is why I love being involved of it. The local people, the people you meet, the local shops like Prima Detailing and Sierra here, getting to know people. It just builds connections. The car community's really tight.
Utah has an amazing community, whether that's, you know, builds, hobbyists, collectors, other detail shops, all the car shows. It's just fun to be involved in something larger than yourself.
I think that's just awesome. We love that. That really speaks to me because we have a fondness for Utah, and you know, you watch these reality programs of all these car shows out of state.
Right.
But if you can dream it, you can build it locally here. There are builders that are world class. This Camaro here is one of the examples. Tell us a little bit about it real quick.
So this Camaro was built here in Utah out of Logan. HS Customs built this Camaro. It is a national award-winning car, SEMA as well as Good Guys. It's one of the best built Camaros in the nation.
Yeah, I understand it won the Battle of the Builds at SEMA, which is
SEMA's Battle of the Builders.
That's like the Heisman Trophy for college football.
That's like, here's your Oscar.
Yeah, that's pretty
exactly
amazing. So that's awesome. That's really cool, Mike. Tell us a little bit about the Camaro Club of Utah.
So we started with first-gen Camaros. When we started the club, it's a Facebook club, Camaro Club of Utah on Facebook. We started with first gens only. Once we got to 100 first gens, which is 1967, 68, and 69, we hit 100 first gens in Utah. We decided, okay, let's open it up to everybody else now. The club has over 1,000 members in our club.
Wow.
Every one of them are Camaro owners or friends of the Camaro family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. Great community. Nobody does it better than Utah Car Community.
So you were saying you're on Facebook. So if people want to join or get involved, what do you vet people with?
So they just ask you a couple questions. Do you live in Utah? Are you owner of a Camaro? Have you owned a Camaro in the past? If you answer the questions right, then you're in.
Then you're in.
You're in, and we post all of the car shows that we go to. We post events. A lot of them are fundraiser events, or some of them are just, hey, let's go cars and coffee and, you know, have a good time. So we post all of our events on the Facebook page.
Welcome back to AYL TV. We're here at the 50th anniversary of the Salt Lake Autorama. And even though the Huntsmans were out of town and couldn't be here for the show, they made sure that Tanya's 1970 Chevy Nova was here. And this is actually quite the cool track machine. They've got that down as running a 950 in the quarter mile. So it is really cool. One of the things I love about being here is every car has a story. And come down and talk to the people that are building these. There are some incredible stories to be had.
I think my favorite part about it is the history. So many of these cars are the single owners, the very first time owners that have owned these cars for over 50 years, and getting to hear the history of they dated their spouse in this car, they went to high school in this car, they still have this car, or the person that wasn't around when these cars were originally built, but now they've acquired them and now they're understanding the history and the legacy that these vehicles are passing along.
I was paint operations manager when we built this car, so the sparkly on the car, the paint and the body work, that was where I come in on this car. So
it's a 1969 True SS. It was restored back in 1997. I picked it up about 10 years ago, and because it had not been really driven, it was just going show to show, it looked really good. The paint is still the same paint, but all the rubber was kind of needing replaced, and I pulled the engine, pulled the rubber, did all the hoses, redid all the brakes, and then I ended up redoing the whole interior.
And mine is a 1968 Camaro. I've had it 39 years. Drove it how I bought it for a year or two to drive it through high school and that kind of thing. 2000, I started the restoration that I have now. Finished it 2 years ago.
It's a 1988 Top Sportsman Camaro. I run it in the NHRA division. So I run it in Vegas or Boise a couple of times a year. It's got a 640 cubic inch motor in it, about 1,500 horsepower, and it goes pretty good. I think it's the adrenaline rush more than anything, and I get to be around a lot of friends and family, so that's what brings it together.
I have a 2011 Mercedes-Benz. We wanted to do matching his and hers, so we did a 02 Harley electric glide, painted the exact same way.
It probably took 6 months to build, going through the engine and getting all the chrome pieces that we need for it to polish it and keep it the way it was. It's a candy apple paint job, so and then the flaking and all that stuff that was done by Matt. So we have a lot of people's hands on this.
I've been doing this since I was 15 years old. I'm 47 now. So, I mean, I've been doing it a minute. I've had my business since 1998. And so I'd drag these things home and my parents would be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm gonna fix them up. And I always had my sight set on something like this. And 47 now, and now this is what I see.
Hey, I love seeing the hot rods and the muscle cars here at the Autorama, but my heart is just drawn to the 4x4s. I'm really digging this M715. Speaking of 4x4s, we are really blessed here in Utah with incredible trails and the amazing ability to go see things that is not available anywhere else in the world. But that being said, we need to be vigilant and we need to work with our state legislators. Check out Off-Road Day on the Hill.
This is the Utah Off-Roaders Day on the Hill, and we do this every year up here at the Rotunda in the state capitol. We come up to talk to legislators about the trails, about keeping trails open, and about the impact that the off-road industry has on the state of Utah, both political and economical.
Outdoor recreation is a $9.5 billion piece of the Utah economy. And off-road of all kinds is a huge contributor. We compete with things like the ski industry and RVs and other things in boating. There are 220,000 plus registered off-highway vehicles in the state. Economically speaking, if you multiply that out, the people that are spending money in the communities, they're buying gas, they're buying meals and hotels and everything else, it's a significant player in local economies, especially in rural Utah.
I just kind of go back to the showing that we care. You know, that we care about our outdoors, that we like to enjoy our outdoors. Not all of us can do this just hiking on our feet. Some of us actually have to use motorized, vehicles to get out and enjoy the sights, and that's a lot of what we do, and we have fun doing it.
We live in one of the greatest states in the country. It is beautiful. We have very respectful people in the state, but we have legislators that may not know what our issues are in the off-road and the outdoor community.
Just having an open forum, discussing what we do and how we can work together collectively to help make a difference in the off-roading community. And so it's really important to get the legislators involved so they understand, as we're working with different agencies to keep these trails open, that we get their backing.
We have lost literally thousands of miles of trails over the past 2 years, and we're going to try and keep more trails from being closed. So we're going to actively engage with BLM, Forest Service, DNR, and state parks to make sure that they know what they're doing and the impact that it has on us.
We continue to see really restrictive travel management plans. We see things getting closed down, and without young people advocating and having use on the trail, it becomes an easy target to close routes.
With all those different projects that are deferred, we try to help get those back in a working order. Also, just the education program as well, of helping get that up and running. Oh, and one of those things too we see out in the field is when the youth are taking these courses, it's pretty cool, is they actually help us enforce some of the ethics with the trail riding too, because make sure that we can have it for their generation to come back, in years to come. So I think it's a really cool aspect of the education program.
We plan to be in the court a lot. We have engaged on over 300 actions in the last 2 years that will affect how over 100 million acres of land get managed and will affect how 20,000 miles of access is managed. We also believe that the time is now for permanent reform of the Antiquities Act. We would like to see Congress take control of that power and not let a president be able to decide how millions of acres of public land get managed in the West with the stroke of a pen. So we'll be challenging monuments, Antiquities Act. There are a lot of good things going on. A lot of these already have bills that are introduced. So we encourage our members, anybody watching this, to contact your member of Congress and support the legislative agenda that we'll be promoting. Sign up to become a member of Blue Ribbon Coalition. We'll send you regular updates on the work we're doing to make sure we see a grand reopening of our public lands in the coming months. And we'd love to have you be part of that with us.
Well, there's 3 branches of government. The legislative branch is extremely important because if they don't pass clear laws, then it makes it impossible for the administrative, the executive branch, or the judicial branch to do a proper job. So it's very important that they understand our issues and our challenges to be able to pass laws that are responsive to our needs. When people are aligned in their purpose, you tend to achieve results much quicker and a much better result overall.
Hey, welcome back to the Salt Lake Autorama. We've had a great time looking at all of the classic cars here. It's full of American muscle, but there's also some really cool foreign makes. This is the very first British Triumph TS1, serial number 1. Such a cool car. We wanted to make sure that you guys had the opportunity to see this car and realize that the Autorama isn't just American vehicles. We've got makes and models from all over the world. And while you're looking at that, we're going to check out next week's show.
Next week, we're heading back to Sand Hollow as I'm giving you an in-depth look into Matt's off-road recovery games to see what happens when the chaos ensues. Then we're meeting up with the folks at Compassion Mobility to help them celebrate their 4th anniversary of all they do as a great organization to help our disabled community enjoy the trails. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events. As weather is warming and more events are coming, AYL TV will be at some of our favorite off-road events coming up in April. First up, the Green River Dirt Bike Rally will be held April 10th to the 12th, which is a great way to get your dirt bike out and learn about some of the riding opportunities that can be found in the Green River area. Then one of my favorite events, the Easter Jeep Safari, is going down from April 12th to the 20th in Moab, Utah. This is one of the best ways to get your Jeep down to Moab and experience some extreme crawling on the best Red Rock off-road trails in the world. And finally, the Boise Off-Road Expo is happening on April 25th and 26th. This event is growing, and whether you missed the Salt Lake Expo and want to follow us down, or you're an Idaho native looking to get involved with your off-road community, we hope to see you there.
Hey, next week's show looks great. We've really enjoyed being here at the 50th anniversary of the Salt Lake Autorama. Everywhere you look, there is a work of art. And speaking of works of art, we're here with Dre's Customs. They have a whole aisle behind us of incredible bikes and cars that they've worked on and just made spectacular. So I just want to thank them for joining us. And remember, it's a great big world out there. And don't forget to go out and find adventures you'll love.